Welcome back, everybody, for the second Banter bullet session with me. Right, so from this moment onwards, what I want to say is that I will be showing a camera view of myself at the start of each Banter bullet session. And when the session starts, I will turn off the camera so that it doesn't really conflict with the chessboard. So I realized that in the first session, having me at the top of the chessboard, it can be very distracting. And, my head was bobbing up and down, and that really, affects the view. I think it's very distracting. So, and also it, generates a lot of unnecessary data, and it slows the upload speed. Right, so this time I will simply be showing my face, explaining the aims of the session, at the very start. So for today's session, part 2, I will be showing everybody this London system. So the London system, I have spent a lot of time talking about it in my previous clip, right? So if you haven't really watched it, like introduction to Dr. Jay-Z's playlists, I talk about the London, all right? And I also talk about the London system in my this KID and KIA video clips. So I said that one of these days I will show the London system, right? So today is the time. So the reason I want to show the London system because it is a hyper versatile opening system for white. Very hard to go wrong. All right, without further ado, I will turn off the camera and I will go to lichess. All right. So let me just turn on lichess. All right, as usual, I will play 1 minute, 2-second increment. All right. 1 second is a little bit too quick for my commentaries, okay, I must say, right? And because that I'm starting with white, I have to exit this game, and I will turn the sound to SFX, all right? SFX is the best. Turn up the volume a bit, all right? So let's go for a new game, all right, everybody? Stay with me. All right, let's start. So this is how the London works, all right? So it's a typical defense for black. So by the way, I'm playing this Jobava variation with knight c3, right? Because knight c3 is very versatile, as everybody will see later. Because it keeps watch over e4, and the knight can hop to g3 via e2. So that's why it's so versatile. Yeah, now this is a good move. Okay, c5 is a good move. All right, I will just retreat this bishop first, preventing b4. Okay. So he's trying to do e5, all right? There's a fork on e5. Trying to bring his knight to c4, not happening. And so far, I must say that this black is doing very well. I believe I have e4, if I'm not mistaken, because of the ping along the d file. All right, so now I do have the fork. I got the fork first, right? So I believe I have to sack the knight first and then take on f6. Yeah, taking on f6, and then I have to take on b5. He can take on c2. That's fine. I think I'm doing pretty okay on time. I can also avoid the exchange of queens, but I don't think that is wise. I think it's much better. And since this person is thinking very hard, I think he's not going for queen takes c2. So in this case, there is this queen c1, queen d2, all the way to h6, for a potential checkmate. And there's no dark square black bishop on f8, covering g7. So checkmate by white is always a reality. All right, I got the wing. Okay, let's look at Stockfish's analysis. All right, so how far ahead? This is plus 2.3 for white. It's definitely a good position. All right, so let's see what happens after queen takes c2. Yeah, so Stockfish thinks that taking on c2, exchanging the queens, is not a very good idea. So this queen is going to h6. Yeah. And yeah, of course, this is the only way. So queen h6 and then queen f8. Yeah, and then fc1. So this is pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty good. So white in this position is simply two pawns up, right? If I'm not mistaken. No, there's one pawn up, a healthy pawn up, right? It's just a very dominant position. Yeah. Exchanging off all the rooks. Okay, that's fine. Oh, sorry, the knight has to take. Yeah. Yeah, a4. I mean, there's two passers on the queen side, so it's just not easy for black to play at all. Let's go for a second game, right, with the London. For every Banter bullet session, I will just play 2 games, all right? Yeah, 2 games, and then I will call it a day. So let's go for the London again. Hopefully not e5. This is St. George's defense with a6. It's very crappy defense, by the way. It's not going to work. So what is this? Look at this. He's trying to take on d5. Of course, that's not going to happen. c4. And chasing the knight back. Okay, then knight c3. Knight c3, e4, e5. Always a possibility. Bishop d3, castle. Bishop d3 here. Okay, that's pretty okay. Okay. Bishop c2. Alright, castle. I've got to be a bit careful here. g4 is possible. g4 is possible. It's just whether I want to play it. Yeah. g4. No, I think I would just buttress e4. Then threatening e5. Yeah, I think this is much better. Okay. I mean, g4 is just way too ambitious. No, I think now the thing is whether I should take on f6. No, I don't think that's correct. Okay, I'll just take on d5 with the pawn. There's queen d4, right? Yeah, queen d4, bishop d4. Yeah, both of it works. But I think I would just do queen d4 so that get my queen out of the ping. All right, cool. Of course, I mean the knight on c5 is defended by the bishop. Alright, so that's pretty okay, but you know, there is this cover for my king on g3 with the bishop, so I'm not too worried. Still a good position. Yeah, rook ad1, so that really brings the rook into action. Okay, now the thing is whether I guess I would do the ping, right? Bishop h4. I'm not so sure whether okay, so he took it. Now this is very dangerous. Okay, just now that exchange of rooks was not really precise. Now there's this knight e4. Knight e4. There's even queen d3. Yeah, queen d3, bishop takes f6, and then queen takes h7. Check. Yeah, it's even checkmate, right? Queen h7, and then king f8. Yeah, queen h8. Checkmate. Yeah. So it's very annoying stuff. Okay, so now I just do knight e4. Okay, and so there's this potential mate coming, right? Not so sure whether he sees it. Okay. Alright, so that's a beautiful checkmate to finish off today's session. I hope everybody enjoyed these 2 games featuring the London system, these 2 very important demonstration games. And take note that I will create a playlist, right? The London system playlist, the first playlist featuring all these white wings, all right, from this moment onwards. All right, so with that said, please stay happy, stay healthy. I will see everybody in the very next recording.